Good afternoon. Then the last two lessons, this is from the inferential statistics. Okay, then the first part is hypothesis testing. Okay, then today we are going to discuss hypothesis testing and the ANOVA. Okay, first we move into what is the hypothesis. Before doing the testing part, first we need to identify what is the hypothesis. Okay, then normally hypothesis means in the inferential statistical technique, okay, then we use the parameter and the statistic. Okay, then here we use the statistic. Finally, we make the conclusion about the parameter. This is the idea about the inferential statistics. Then hypothesis means here we construct any claim or statement about the population parameter. We call it as hypothesis. Okay, then here we cannot calculate the parameter value. There we discuss, only we can calculate the statistic. We cannot calculate the parameter value. Okay. Then under the hypothesis testing part, hypothesis means here we construct any claim or statement about the population parameter. Then we assume, then we take the population parameter mu. Mu means population mean. Okay, then we need to find out, then we need to construct the claim about the average marks for the students in particular subject. We assume, okay, then we take the business statistics subject. Here we need to construct the claim about the average mark for the business statistics subject. Okay, then we think, then we construct the claim average mark for the business statistics subject is greater than to the 40. We assume the business statistics subject එක ගත්තහම ඒකේ average mark එක හැමතිස්සෙම 40 above වෙනවා. Okay, then this is the claim. We construct the claim about the population parameter. Here population parameter means average mark, mu value. Understood? Then here we say mu value is greater than to the 40. This one we called as what? Hypothesis. Understood? Then we calculate the weight for people. Then we say their average weight is greater than to the 55. Okay? Then this is the hypothesis. Why we take the average weight? This is the parameter mu value. It's greater than to the 55. Understood? This one we called as the hypothesis. Then here, then today's lesson is hypothesis testing. Okay, then hypothesis testing means in the statistics subject, there is a statistical procedure how we test this claim about the population parameter. The previous example is average mark is greater than to the 40. After that, we need to check whether. Okay, then the average mark is greater than to the 40 or not. And then the second example, average weight is greater than to the 55. Okay, then this is only claim. Then using the statistical procedure, we need to check whether actually that average weight is greater than to the 55 or not. Okay, then the testing part we called as hypothesis testing. Okay, then under the hypothesis testing, we identify two statistical hypotheses. Alternative and the null hypothesis. Okay, then we have two statistical hypotheses, null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. Here, first we move into the alternative one, not the null. Alternative hypothesis means what is our claim? What is the thing we need to prove? Understood? අපිට prove කරන්න ඕනි මොකද? එයා තමයි alternative එක. It's clear. Okay, then alternative hypothesis means what is the thing we need to prove? It means claim or statement about the population parameter. Understood? Then alternative hypothesis we denoted by H1. Then null hypothesis means opposite of the alternative one. It means null hypothesis means what is the thing we need to disprove. Then here we need to prove their average mark is greater than to the 40. What is the thing we need to disprove? Maybe what? දැන් අපිට ඕනේ average mark එක 40ට වැඩි කියන්න. Okay. එතන අපිට disprove කරන්න ඕනේ මොකක්ද? We need to prove greater than to the 40. Then what is the thing we need to disprove? Greater than other one? Yeah, less than or equal to the 40. Why our claim is greater than to the 40? No? It means above 40. Okay, then the other side equal or less than to the 40. අපි කියන්නේ 40ට වැඩි කියන්නේ. ඒතර 40 ඇති වෙන්නේ නැහැ. It's clear. Then it means 40 or less than to the 40 is the null hypothesis. Understood? Okay, then we assume we say average mark is less than to the 50. What is the null? Less than to the 50? 50ට අඩුයි නම් disprove කරන්න ඕනේ මොකක්ද? Equal or greater than to the 50. Why? Here we need to prove less than to the 50. Understood? 50ට අඩුයි කියන එක. Then what is the thing we need to disprove? Greater than or equal to the 50. It's clear? Then we assume average mark is not 40. Okay, then this is our alternative one. Then what's the null? It's not equal to 50. When you cannot use greater than and less than both, then our claim is not equal to 50. Not equal to 40. What is the null? අපි කියන්නේ ඒක 40 වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. Then what is the disprove? Hatalia වෙන්නේ නැත්නම් මොකක්ද අපි අනිත් උත්තර? පොල්ල. ඒක නෙමෙයි. එහෙනම් අනිත් පැත්ත මොකක්ද? It's only practical, huh? Then use in the notation and say, your idea is correct, then tell me the use in the notation. Not equal to 50, then other one? සමාන නැත්නම් අනිත් පැත්ත මොකද? Then both sides we cannot use at one time. Equal to 40. Not equal is we need to prove. Then what's the thing we need to disprove? එයාට සමාන නැහැ කියලා කිව්වනම් අනිත් පැත්ත මොකක්ද ඒකේ? Now clear? Okay. Then this is the way we can write the hypothesis. Normally, first we write down the null. Secondly, we write down the alternative one. It means H0 we write first. Secondly, we write the H1. Understood? Then here, first we take the first example. Can we conclude that certain population mean is not 50? Okay, then we need to say population mean is not 50. This is our alternative hypothesis. It's not 50 means it's not equal to 50. Yeah, 50 නෙමෙයි කියන්නේ 50ට සමාන නැහැ කියන එක. This is our alternative hypothesis. Then here we can write H1 semicolon sign mu not equal to 50. Why? Our population parameter is mu. Then we can write the. It's clear. Then the null is H0. Then semicolon mu. Then here not equal sign is there. Then H0 is equal. Understood? Then second one. Suppose we want to know if we can conclude that the population mean is greater than to the 50. Greater than to the 50. This is our claim. Claim we write it as the H1. Understood? හැමතිස්සෙම යාලා කියන claim එක ලියන්නේ H1. Greater than to the 50. Mu is greater than to the 50. It's clear? Then what's the H naught? H naught mu less than or equal to the 50. 50ට වැඩි නම් අනිත් පැත්ත 50 හෝ 50ට අඩු. Understood? Then third one. If we want to know if we can conclude that the population mean is less than to the 50. This is our claim. Mean value less than to the 50. H1. Your alternative one. Then what is the null hypothesis? H naught is greater than or equal to the 50. Understood? It's clear. තේරුණාද H naught H1 කියන එක? This is the first step in the hypothesis testing. Okay, here 6 or 7 steps are there. First step, you need to state H naught and H1. අපි මේ testing part එකට යන්න කලින් පළවෙනි step එක තමයි H naught කවුද H1 කවුද කියලා ලියන්න. It's clear? Now clear? Then always first read the scenario, then you need to identify what is the claim in here. That particular claim, we write it as the H1. Okay, then we write the opposite one to the H naught. Understood? Okay, then these are the main 3 points you need to memorize. Okay. First point is what you hope or expect to be able to conclude as the results of the test usually should be placed in the alternative hypothesis. Okay, then what's the alternative hypothesis? Our claim about the population parameter. Okay, then the claim is the thing we need to prove. Okay, then we need to hope in the taking as the decisions in the testing part. අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ එයාව තමයි decision එක විදිහට ගන්න. එතකොට එයාව ලියන්නේ අපි H1 with alternative hypothesis, not the H naught. Okay. Then B, the null hypothesis should contain statement of the equation. Then normally in the null hypothesis we can use equal, less than or equal, or greater than or equal. It's not එක ලියනකොට හැමතිස්සෙම ඔය තුන් දෙනාකින් එක්කෙනෙක් තමයි equal, greater than or equal, less than or equal. It's clear? Third point says the null hypothesis is the hypothesis that is the tested. Then here we write our claim as the alternative one. It's one විදිහට අපේ claim එක ලියන්න. But in this statistical procedure we test H naught, not our claim. අපේ claim එක නෙමෙයි testing part එක වෙන්නේ. H naught. It means opposite of our claim. අපේ claim එකේ opposite එක තමයි අපි test කරන්නේ. It's clear? Okay. Then these are the 6 steps in the hypothesis test. First thing we need to write down the statement of the hypothesis. It means first step you need to write down what is the H naught and what is the H1. Okay. Secondly, we identify the test statistic and its distribution. Okay, then now already you studied normal distribution. Okay, then here we use the normal distribution. Test statistic is Z1. Normally in the hypothesis we can use P and the Z. In your syllabus you have to study only the Z. Okay. Then we collect the data and performance of the calculations. Okay, then the third part, normally in the question paper, I will give all the values. No need again calculate. Okay. Then fourth step, we find out the critical value. Here we identify the critical value using the Z table. The table again තමයි critical value එක ගන්න. Then making the decision and finally we make the conclusion. Okay. Then here, in the hypothesis testing, normally we have 2 types of tests. One-tail test and the two-tail test. Okay. Then here, based on the hypothesis, we can identify particular scenario is a one-tail test or two-tail test. Okay. Then we take the second example. Here says mu value is greater than to the 50. Okay. Then here only we need to check greater than to the 50. 50ට වැඩි කියන එක විතර නේද check කරන්න ඕනේ. It means this is the one-tail test. Why only we need to check whether one side. Okay. Then move into the first example. Claim is not equal to 50. 50ට සමාන නෑ කියලා කියන. Okay. Then the one tail or two tail. Not equal to 50 means maybe greater than or less than. 50ට සමාන නැත්නම් 50ට අඩු වෙන්නත් පුළුවන් වැඩි වෙන්නත්. Yeah, understood. Then here you need to check two sides. Then this one is two tail test. Understood? Then looking at the H1, then you can decide is the one tail or two tail. Normally in the H1 greater than or less than sign, it's a one tail test. Okay? Not equal sign is there, it's a two tail test. Understood? Then here, first read this example. Through the example, I will explain how to do the hypothesis testing. Okay, then first read this example. Andri kiyawa ganna ඉස්සෙල්ලා. Okay. Finish. Then the scenario says what? Then first tell me what is the population parameter in here? What is the population parameter in here? Average weight. Okay, then here they take average. No, average means population mean. Then first step normally then here, first step, you need to identify what is the population parameter. Here we discuss about the mu. Then what is the mu in here? Here mu is defined by the average weight. මේ scenario එකට දාලා mu කියන්නේ average weight එකනේ. Then you write down average weight. Understood? Then second step, first all of you listen to me. After that, I will give the time to note down. Okay? And then this when I First, we define what is the new value being here. Then after that, you need to write down what is the H0, what is the H1 in here. Then normally first we write down H0, secondly we write down H1, null and the alternate. Then put the semicolon sign, then mention what is your population parameter. Okay? Then according to the scenario, what is our claim? Researchers claim is what? Average weight is greater than 100 kilograms. The statement says a researcher claims that the mean average weight of men is greater than 100. It's clear? Then this is our claim. Then claim we write it as H0 or H1. H0 or H1. H1. Here we write greater than 100. Okay, then what is the H0? Less than or equal. It's clear. Then after that, we need to identify what is the type of test. One tail test or two tail test. Tell me. One tail test or two tail test. In tandem. Then here claim is greater than to the 100. Then it's a one tail or two tail. See the value here check කරන්න. මේක one tail the two tail. One tail test. Why only we need to check greater than side? Only one side. Understood? වැඩි පැත්ත විතරයි නේද check කරන්න ඕනේ. Then it's a one tail test. Then secondly we write down this is one tail. It's clear? Next step, you need to calculate test statistic. Okay, then here we use the test statistic is Z. There is a formula. Z is sample mean minus population mean divided by standard deviation divided by square root of A. Okay, in the exam I will give the formulas. Okay, then this is the formula we can calculate the test statistic. It's clear? Then it means then when we need to prove average weight is greater than the 100. Okay, it's only claim. No, how we check whether? First thing we need to select the sample. And we need to measure the weight for each person. අපි කරන්න ඕනේ sample එකක් අරන් හැමෝගෙම weight එක measure කරන්න. Understood? After that we can calculate the mean value. It's clear? Then here in this scenario, what says? How many men are chosen in here? කීදෙනෙක් වරගෙන තියෙනවද? 30. They selected 30 men. After that, they measure the weight for each person. Then calculate the mean value. Then what is the mean value in here? Calculated mean value. Here they go to calculate කරාම ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. 112.5. Okay. Then 112.5 is the X bar. Why? This average weight is calculated using the sample. Understood? Then here we put sample mean minus mu. What is the mu value in here? Mu is here. Then mu value you cannot calculate now. Then only expected value. What is it? 100. Then here you need to write down the population standard deviation. What is the population standard deviation in here? Question says, here the 50. Then 50 divided by square root of n. N means size of the sample. According to this scenario, how many men are chosen? 30. Understood? Then you can calculate the test statistic value. Okay? Then here, $4.56. It means we have lots of numbers now. Then using all the numbers, we need to calculate one particular numerical value. අපි ගාව එක එක ඒවා තියෙනවනේ. ඒ ඔක්කොම ටික ටෙස්ට් එකට දාගන්න බෑනේ. ඒ ඔක්කොගෙම අපි එක වැලියු එකක් ක්‍රියේට් කරගන්න. This value we called as test statistic. This statistic we use to test in part. Understood? Okay. දැන් මේ scenario එකේ තියෙන ඔක්කොම numbers use කරලා තමයි 4.56 අපි ගන්න. Understood? Okay. Then after that, we move into the testing part. Then here, previously I told this is a normal distribution. Then here you can draw your normal curve. Okay. Then this is only one tail test now. It means one tail is there. Make a one tail test. Tail. Then tell me, here normally there are two tails. According to this example, which tail we can take? Make tails දෙකක් තියෙනවනේ මේක කොහොමද? ඒ දෙකෙන් අපි මොන tail එකද ගන්න? Then here you need to check greater than sign. Your right hand side or left hand side? Right hand side. Why? Greater than 300. Greater than sign. Then mark it, then understood? Okay. This tail, this area we called as level of significance. What is it? Level of significance. Normally level of significance we denote it by alpha. Okay. Alpha means area of here. Okay. Then this part we called as the rejection region. It means alpha means what? Area of the rejection region. So මේ alpha කියලා denote කරන්නේ rejection region එකේ area. Understood? It's clear? Then this is the rejection region. Then what is this? Then shaded area is the alpha. It means area of the rejection region. Level of significance. Then other side. Rejection and then the remaining area we called as acceptance region or non-rejection region. Then here, this shaded area is alpha. Okay, then this side 1 minus alpha. Why? Total area is 1. Understood? Then the rejection region is alpha. Here 1 minus alpha. Then alpha is level of significance. Okay. Then 1 minus alpha means level of confidence. Understood? Alpha means level of significance. It means area of the rejection region. Remaining is 1 minus alpha. This is the region of the acceptance. It's we called as level of confidence. Understood? Okay. Then here, there is the line. Margin is there. Okay, then using this margin, we can divide rejection region and the acceptance region. බලන්නකො මේ margin එකේ නේද rejection and acceptance කියලා බෙදන්නේ. Okay. Then this point we called as critical value. What is it? critical value or critical points. Critical, අපි critical කියන්නේ කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? තීරණාත්මක තැනකටනේ. Then here also there. Using the critical value, we can divide acceptance and the rejection ratio. Understood? Now we need to find out this critical value. Okay? Then move into the question. This question says the confidence level is 95%. Normally in the scenario is given the level of significance and the confidence level. මේ දෙන්නගෙන් එක්කෙනෙක්ව දෙන්න ඕනි critical value එක හොයන්න. Okay, then this question is given the confidence level. Confidence level is 95%. Then here 95%. Then what is the alpha? 5%. Alpha is 5%. Then the area is given. Okay, probability values are given. Now you need to find out the critical value. It's clear. Then here, this one is we can divide into two parts. If we need to find out the Z value in here, you need to take this area. මෙතන Z value එක හොයන්න නම් මේ area එක නේද දැනගන්න ඕනේ. Okay, then here 0.05, here 0.45. Half of it 0.5. That's behind it. Then we remove alpha value. It means 5%. The remaining is 0.45. It's clear? Then we need to find out what is the Z value when the probability is 0.4500. එහෙනම් අපි හොයන්න ඕනේ Z value එක කීයද? Probability එක 0.4500. Okay? Here you can refer the Z table. Then take this Z table හරි. Z table එක ගන්න download කරගන්න. Okay? Then again. Okay, I'm going to this table. Then go through this table. Then now we know the probability value of 0.4500. Then looking at this value inside the table, why we know the probability value. Then අපි දන්නේ probability එකනේ. බලන්න table එක ඇතුලේ. Then what is the Z value? Here you cannot find the exact value 0.4500, but there is two approximate values 0.4495 and 0.4505. Okay, then both are nearest to the 0.45. It means 1.64 or 1.65. Then tell me which value we can take. This thing we discussed under the normal distribution lesson. Then I'm going to yeah, then we take the average Z value. Then what is the Z value? 1.645. Understood? By then 4495 is 1.64. 4505 1.65. Then we add them together, then divided by 2. Then here is a critical value 1.645. In the hypothesis testing, you can remember this value. Level of significance is 5%. It's a one-tail test. no need to calculate again. You can directly put 1.645.
Number question.
Yeah. Formula sheet is separately attached to your paper.
Number question.
ඔක්කොම equations තියෙනවා. You need to select the appropriate one. සමහර වෙලේ ප්‍රශ්න නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන් ඔක්කොම ටික තියෙනවා. Okay, it's clear now. 1.645. Then here, what is your test statistic? What is your test statistic? 4.56. Then tell me 4.56. Where is it? මේ 4.6 මේ chart එකට අංක කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ? In which region? Then this one is 1.645. Where is the 4.56? It's greater than the 1.645. It means somewhere in here. Okay, in which region? What region එකේද ඉන්නේ? Acceptance region or rejection region? Rejection region. Okay, then here under the decision we can say our test statistic. Then according to this example, test statistic is 4.56. Okay, test statistic is fallen into the which region? Rejection region. Understood? Okay, the statistic about the rejection region. Then now we are in the rejection region. Then here our claim is in H1, but we use the testing part as the H0. අපි H1 අපේ claim එක උනාට අපි test කරන්නේ H0. Then tell me, based on that, now we are in the rejection region. We can accept the H0 or reject. Rejection region එකේ නම් ඉන්නේ H0 we accept කරනවද reject? Reject. Understood? Why we are in the acceptance rejection region? Then we can say, therefore, we reject H0 at 5% level of significance. Here you should mention what is the significance level. It's compulsory. Okay. Okay. Then here we reject the H0 at 5% level of significance. By 95% is the confidence level. What is the level of significance? 5%. Understood? This is the decision. Then it means we reject H0. It cannot be H0 to reject kara. Okay, then H0 we cannot accept. Then what's the thing we can accept? H1. H1 is what? H1 කියන්නේ මොකක්ද අපේ? It's our claim. Here we need to prove average weight is greater than to the 100. Understood? Now we can accept the researcher's claim. එයා කියපු claim එක හරි කියලා පිළිගන්න. Understood? By H0 is rejected now. H0 is opposite of our claim. Now H0 is rejected. It means we can accept H1. Understood? Then here we can write the conclusion. Okay, then here conclusion normally we write down. We have enough evidence to, now we have enough evidence to conclude that researchers claim. අපි ගාව දැන් ප්‍රමාණවත් සාක්ෂි තියෙනවා නේද මෙයා කිව්ව එක ඇත්තයි කියන්නේ. Okay, then this is our conclusion. Understood? Here we say we have enough evidence to conclude that average weight greater than to the 100 at 5% level of significance. It's clear? Okay. Then this is the hypothesis testing. Is it? Okay. Then you write down step by step. Okay. Then you move into this two-tailed test. තේරුම් අරන් ලියා ගන්න. ඉෂු තියෙනවා නම් If you have any issues, ask from me. Please, Yes. නෑ පුළුවන්. එතන 0.95 තිබ්බට පීසෙල් හොයාගන්න වෙන්නේ මැදේ ඉඳලා අර ලයින් එක වෙනකන්. ඒකේ ඒරියා එක හොයන්න ඕනේ. ඒක දැන් පාර්ශයක්ම 0.5. හැබැයි අර ෂේඩඩ් පික්චර් එක 5%. ටික 5 වෙනවා.
I 1.64 0.5. Yeah, if you want to already pay it, I can see part of it.
Oh, mira, sí tiene mamá dulce aquí. Take the babies. Yeah, but I didn't want to come. Yeah, but I did. Okay, you can say that A, B, B, then then put the three take is in a plane. The 78 take again, I'm going to the same. 78 take 78 take 76 take say right take take 17 be exception. Nah, 18 be exception, 18 C exception, and B. Take a pen. 18 A and 18 C. I'm one minute. The directed moment. Oh, අපි දැන් කියන්නේ software එකකින් කරොත් ඉවානේ dictionary එකේ conclusion එකයි අපි ලියන්නේ. අර ටික ඔක්කොම automatically කරනවා. And so for any yeah. It's an conclusion clear නැත්තම් කියන්නේ. ඒකේ මේ නගර පෙමිටි ඉෂුව එක කියන්න බෑ පොඩ්ඩක්. Then try question number 1 in the worksheet. Question number 1.
Hola. Or BD5 question.
Next one again. That's right. അതിനൊക്കെ 5%. Then here also, section number 1 is given the population mean, claim about the population mean. According to this example, what is the mu? Mu define what? Mu average lifetime. Then first you need to define that. Mu is average lifetime. Then you will be mentioned H naught and H. Okay, then what's the claim in here? What is the claim? Here claim is mentioned last sentence. Okay, less than 14,500. Okay, less than 14,500. Less than 14,500. What is the H naught? Greater than or equal 14,500. Okay, then this is the one tail test or two tail test. And here only less than side, it means one tail or two tail. One tail test. Okay, next you need to calculate Z value. X bar minus mu sigma divided by square root of A. Okay, then here how many units they take? 35. 13,000 is the sample. Then here 13,000 minus 14,500. Standard deviation is 2,100 divided by square root of 35. .23 minus 4.23. Here minus 1. Okay. Then we draw the normal curve. Then here this is the one tail test. Then which side we need to shade? Less than side. Then your left hand side. Then here in this question is given the level of significance or confidence level. Question එකේ මොකද දීලා තියෙන්නේ? Level of significance or confidence level. Level of significance level. It means area of the rejection region. It means area of the shaded region. What is it? 1%. No? Then it means this probability is 1%. Now you need to calculate the critical value. Before that, you need to divide into 2. Then this side is 0.5. Then you need to remove 1% from it. Here, 0.4900. Then find out the critical value using this table. Then 2.33, this side is negative or positive. The critical value is in positive side or negative side. May pattern negative or positive. Another minus value. Then here you need to put minus 2.33. Okay. Then you can check. Your test statistic is minus 4.23. Then in which region? We are working on a region. Rejection or acceptance. Rejection region. Right here, 2.33, 4.23 in this side. Then somewhere in here. Understood? Then how we write the decision? In the decision, we need to mention H naught is rejected or not rejected. According to this one, H naught is rejected or not? Rejected. Then you write the decision, test statistic. Within bracket, you need to mention what is the test statistic value. Okay. Test statistic. Within bracket, minus 4.23. Okay. Close the bracket. Is fallen into the rejection region. Is fallen into the rejection region. Therefore, we reject H naught. Therefore, we reject H naught at 1% level of significance. In this question says 1%. At 1% level of significance. Then conclusion. Now H naught is rejected. Okay, then it means claim we can accept them. Yeah, keep claim එක පිළිගන්න පුළුවන් නේද? It's not rejected. Then you can write we have enough evidence to conclude that average lifetime is less than 14,500. At 1% level of significance. At 1% level of significance. Okay. Now clear? Then read the question number 2 and you can write the hypothesis, then write the type of test and calculate the test statistic. First 3 steps are around one second question. H1 cannot be claim. It's not reject now. H1 now in a big H not may reject again. Not the H. අපේ ටෙස්ටිං එක H not. යාවත මේ ටෙස්ට් කරන්නේ. අපේ ක්ලේම් එක තියෙන H1. H1 කියන අපේ ක්ලේම් එක පිළිගන්න නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් H not reject වෙන්න ඕනේ. H not reject වුණ නැති යන්නේ අපේ ක්ලේම් එක පිළිගන්න බැහැ. Positive or negative? Maybe depend. ඒක අපිට කලින් මෙහෙම අපිට පාඩම් කරලා කියන්න බෑ. මෙයා නෙගටිව් එක රිජෙක්ට් කරනවා. It's not කියන අපේ ක්ලේම් එක නෙමෙයි. It's not reject වුණා අපේ ක්ලේම් එක පිළිගන්න පුළුවන්. බැරි වෙලා හරි it's not එක accept වුණා. Acceptance return එකට ටෙස්ට් ස්ටැටිස්ටික් එක වැටුණා. ක්ලේම් එක පිළිගන්න එවිඩන්ස් නැති. Not can reject. It rejection region.
Oh, I mean, it's an
It's not there to the can not the party. Fear the rejection region. I put that and up to the tester and up the sample and population. It's bar. I didn't even explain. Make a value. X bar and sample needed. Yeah, a week of the other population meeting. Then write us 3 sets in the question number 2. Finish. Then tell me here what is the claim? Question number 2. What is the claim? You could believe that average score will change. That is your claim here. Then previously, the average test score is 80. Okay, then after the new teaching curriculum, they believe the average test score is changed. It means it is not equal to 8. Then here, it means mu is average score. Then here, H0 and H1. This is not, it will change. It means it's not equal to 80. Yeah, when I spend 80 when back. Understood? Maybe a greater than 80 or less than 80 both can be happen. Then what is the H0? What's the sign we can use in here? It's not equal, then here we put equal 80. Understood? Previously, the average test score is 80. They believe that particular amount will change. Yeah, when it means it is not equal to 80. They tell me it's a one-tail test or two-tail test. Two-tail test. Why not equal to 80? It means greater than or less than both. Okay, then here we can say this is the two-tail test. Okay, then calculate the Z value. Here, what is the X bar value? They select only 38 students. Their mean value is 88. Then here, 88 minus 80. What is the standard deviation? 10. Divided by square root of 38. .93. Then you can draw the normal curve. Now, where is the rejection ratio? This is the two-tail test. With the rejection ratio in the theory. Two-tail test, it means two-tail. With the rejection ratio in the theory. Two-tail, then it means both sides are rejection ratio by two tails. Tails එකක් තියෙන්න එපා. Yeah, then previous one is one-tail test. Then here you need to mention which side is the rejection ratio. This is a two-tail test. Why? It's not equal to 80. It may be a greater than or less than. Less than side එක බලන්නත් ඕනේ, greater than side එක බලන්නත් ඕනේ. Understood? Then here, what is the level of significance? What is the level of significance in here? 5%. Then level of significance means area of the rejection region. Now we have two regions. Then one side is 0.05 divided by 2. Here also 0.05 divided by 2. All together 5%. Level of significance means area of the rejection region. Then here two regions are there. And all together 5%. It means one side is 2.5%. Okay. It's clear. Level of significance can rejection region එක. එයා 5%. මේකේ දෙන්නේ තිබ්බා කියලා 5 දාන්න බෑනේ. ඒකට 10%. 5% තමයි දෙපැත්තට දාන්න. Understood? Then here, then here 0.4750. Here also 0.4750. By 2.5%. This side is 2.5%, 0.025. It's removed from the 0.5, remaining is 0.4753. Then I have to get the critical value using this table. Our distribution is select down and population mean එක දාන්න කිව්වේ hypothesis mu නේ mu 88 83 88 කියන්නේ sample mean එක. ඒක බලන්න තමයි example දෙකක් අරගෙන average S4 එක හදලා තියෙනවා. Good average එක mean එක කියන්නේ දෙකම එකයි. Sample mean එකයි mu කියන්නේ population mean එක. X bar කියන්නේ sample mean එක. Both are mean. Source is different. Claim එකේදී අපි කතා කරන්නේ population mean. හරිද? Sample mean එක අපි calculate කරපු එක. ඒකදී sample එකක් අරගෙන යාළුවට mean කඩේට calculate. What is the critical value? 1.96. Okay, then here you can put minus 1.96, here plus 1.96. Okay, then that's the one. Then check whether then your test statistic is 4.93 and then it's fallen into which region? Rejection, no acceptance. Rejection, region. Then turning the other decision like a solution like Okay, then here decision test statistic 4.93 is fallen into the rejection region. Therefore, we can reject the H node at 5% level of significance. Okay, then here you should write the 5%, not the 2.5. Okay, then what is the conclusion? H naught is rejected, it means we can accept the H1. Okay, then here we can write we have enough evidence to conclude that average test score will change at 5% level of significance. ඔය ෆෝමැට් එකම මතක තියාගෙන ඉන්න සිනාරියෝ එකට අදාළව වෙනස් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Can H1 can associate because we got the photo. Negative positive is a full good work behind. ANOVA උත්තර අපනවා හරිම තියෙනවා. ANOVA question එකට 20 marks ගන්න easy ම question එක. ඒකයි මට ඒක මිස් කරන්නේ. දැන් lesson එක hypothesis වගේ තමයි. හැබැයි මේකේ අපි scenario එකට අනුව වෙනස් කරන්න H0 H1. හරි කියලාම හැමතිස්සෙම H1 H0 එකම එකමයි කියන්නේ. එහෙනම් දැන් මේක ඒක කලින් දුන්නොත් තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේක කරලා ඒකට ගියාම තේරෙනවා. Then, questions I have seen on paper. 6th question is from the ANOVA. ඒක ඔයාලගේ තමයි. හයක් තියෙනවනේ හය පහක් කරන්න.
අර ඒක
ඔක question number 5.
6 එක
I know fully ඒක මම දාන්නේ දෙක කවුරුද තේරුමක් නෑ ඒක දෙකට හරි. ඒකට 20 marks ගන්නවා. ඒකේ පොඩි ඩිරෙක්ෂන් එකක් දානවා. තාම 20 දෙන්නේ නෑනේ. tapi apa jadi di kan muda එක හරියන්නේ නේද 3 or 5 marks පොඩි නිකන් ඩිරෙක්ෂන් එකක් දාලා අර ගන්න. ඒකත් ඔයාලා 15 ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයාලා දින දෙපෙක් අයි දැන් correlation last week lesson එකෙන් sunset question එකක් ඒක වෙන වෙන විදිහට අහන්න බෑ හැමදාම අහන එක. ඒකේ question වලට ready වෙනවා. This question is very good. Okay. See here. ඒක easy. ඒකේ මොකද නෑ බලන්න සමහර නිකන් famous. මේක විනිමාද මේකේ ගැන සෝකම හොලුවේ තියන්න වේප් එකේ කියන්නේ. නැත්නම් මම එක කරන්නේ නැතුව ඉන්නවා කියලා හිතේ ටයිම් මදි එහෙම වුණත් ඔයාලට තියෙන Do you need a break? Without break, they will continue. The break is only equal to washroom. Canada, they will break. Oh, break na to karap to that time. So, hide ka lang mere karap. Have a hypothesis ka na khada ho jaye. What is that? Is that it? You are the waiting for that. I was make do not reject it. No enough evidence. Ini betul hal ini dia masuk dalam yang timur dan negara ini dari situ kan ini. When you download the table from the LMS, එකට වෙන table එකක් දෙන එක අප්ලෝඩ් කරලා දෙන්න download කරන්න. exam November I know the serious subject higher. What am I? Yang belum ini kalau di masih benar saja ni basic aku beri mana ni. Sama second week. Kita CA subject ni aku kerana. Terus second year itu fully में कराना वाला काटे को तीन ना. तो गुड़े आला पे join में second year में. It is मैंने. इधर वाला कैटेगरी आना मैं समझी नहीं. इतना नहीं करते कि जो लेनो तेजी से समझने के जोई में लाते हैं 80 में बोलो सेक्शन डी है कहते तो इतनी लाइटिंग ए हमारी एक सी ये देखिए ये बाबे मैं तो ऊपर एक रोटी है पूरी में डालना है ना क्या थी ना मैं बैठा कर दिया मैं ना तारे तो जोइन मेरा बोलो एक आंटी है एक बोलो तेरे जोइन में ऐसा वे नहीं नहीं तो ये शायद okay then all of you download the paper हम लोग तेरे के लिए कुछ से आप okay the last lesson is analysis of variance okay name means analysis of variance okay shortened form we say ANOVA test okay ANOVA analysis of variance okay then here when we use the hypothesis testing, we can use up to the 2 groups. When here we studied only the one sample hypothesis testing, here we take only one sample. Okay, but in the hypothesis testing, we can use up to the 2 samples. Sample dekak karan e dennage comparison ekak karanna puluwan. But we have more than 2 groups. It means 3 or 4 or 5. Then we cannot use hypothesis testing. Groups එකකට වඩා වැඩි වුණ ගමන් අපිට hypothesis testing එක use කරන්න බෑ. Then we move into the ANOVA test. Using the ANOVA test, we can do the comparison, mean comparison between 2 or more groups. මේකදී අපි compare කරන්නේ mean values එක එක group වල. හැබැයි එතනදී groups දෙකට වඩා වැඩියෙන් තියෙනවා. Understood? Then what is the objective of the ANOVA test? Mean comparison between 3 or more groups. More than 2 groups. Understood? Here we do the mean comparison. एक group पर average value करा, एयालम තමයි compare कर. It's clear? Then here, when we do the ANOVA test, we have 2 sources. Okay? One source here we analyze the variance. variance between groups and the variance within groups. Okay? Then මේකෙදී අපිට sources දෙකක් තියෙනවා. එකක් තමයි අපි variance එක බලනවා groups අතර. අනිත් එක තමයි variance එක බලනවා group එකක් ඇතුලේ. Now you know variance. Summary measures lesson you studied now. Variance means dispersion. Okay, then how data is distributed within the data set. Then here we find out the variance within groups and the between groups. Groups අතර කොහොමද variance එක තියෙන්නේ? Group එක ඇතුලේ variance එක කොහොමද? Understood? Okay. Then here, then before doing the ANOVA test, we have 3 assumptions. First assumption is, then in here at least we need 3 samples. No? Why more than 2 samples? Then the other samples දෙකට වඩා තියෙන්න. Okay, then all the samples we take from the population. Population වලින් sample ගන්න. All are normally distributed. This is the first assumption. අපි sample ගන්න populations මොකද වෙන්න ඕනේ? Normally distributed වෙන්න ඕනේ. It's clear? Second assumption is the samples must be independent. We have 3 groups, then these 3 groups are independent. Okay, then it means each group no influence one another. The groups අතර මොකුත් relationship තියෙන්න බෑ. Independent. Impact එකක් තියෙන්න බෑ. It's clear? Third one is the variances of the populations must be equal. Okay, then we have 3 or more groups, then all the variance are, we assume, equal. So, we assume කරනවා ඒ හැම population එකේම ඉන්න population variance එක equal. Understood? Then after that, we can move into the ANOVA test. Okay, remember those things. What is the objective of the ANOVA test? Okay, what is the role of the ANOVA test? Here we can do the mean comparison between 3 or more groups. Then what are the assumptions? Okay, in the ANOVA question, I will test theory parts also. Okay. Then here, 2 types of ANOVA, one-way ANOVA and the two-way ANOVA. In your syllabus, you have to study only the one-way ANOVA. It means we take only one variable, we use one-way ANOVA. Okay, we have more than one variable, it means 2 variable or 2 factors, we call as two-way ANOVA. අපි consider කරන්නේ එක variable එකක් විතරයි නම් one way ANOVA, variables දෙකක් තියෙනවා නම් it's a two-way ANOVA. Okay? Then here, these are the 7 steps under the one-way ANOVA. Same as in the hypothesis testing. First step, you need to state whether 2 hypotheses, H0 and H1. Okay? Then, set the significance level. Now you know what is the level of significance, alpha value. Okay? Then, here we need to calculate the test statistic. In the hypothesis testing, we use Z. Here we use F. F is our test statistic. Understood? Here, then normally in the hypothesis testing, we use the formula and we get the answer. In the ANOVA test, we need to fill ANOVA table to get the test of statistics. Okay, මේකෙදී අපිට හැම formula එකකින් තමයි ගන්න. හැබැයි ඒකට පොඩි table එකක් තියෙනවා fill out කරගන්න. Using the information, then we can fill. Okay, then after that we identify the critical value. Now you know what is the critical value. Then previous one we refer the Z table to get the critical value. Here we use F table to get the critical value. Okay, then after that we write the conclusion, decision and the conclusion. Here also we write down accept or reject. Same thing. Understood? Okay. Then here, in the ANOVA test, this is the way we can write the hypothesis. The thing here, only one objective is there. Why we use the ANOVA test? Do the mean comparison. It means we need to check whether there is a significant difference of the mean value between the groups. මේ groups අතරේ mean values වල difference එකක් තියෙනවද කියන එක තමයි check කරන්නේ. Understood? Then we have 3 groups. We need to check whether their mean values are different. That is the objective of the ANOVA test. Then what is H naught? Maybe what? එහෙනම් මොකද වෙන්න ඕනේ H naught එක. H1 එකනේ different එකක් තියෙනවා. Then H1 our claim is all the mean values are different. Then what is H naught? All are equal. Understood? H1 එකේදී බලන්න එයාලා අතර difference එකක් තියෙනවද කියන එකනේ. H naught කියන්නේ එයාලගේ අතර difference එකක් නැහැ. No difference means all the mean values are equal. Understood? Then we have we assume we have 3 groups. Okay? Then here we have 3 groups. It means 3 mu values are there. Groups 3 කියන්නේ populations 3 mu values 3. Then here H naught we can write down mu1 equal, mu2 equal, mu3. Understood? Okay. Then what's the H1? Here you need to mention there is a significant difference. Okay. Then it means we have 3 groups. Okay. Then we assume 3 groups are there. 2 mean values are same, but the third one is different. Okay. Then at that time we cannot say all the mean values are equal. දැන් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් තුන් දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා නම් දෙන්නෙක්ම සමානයි. එක්කෙනෙක් වෙනස්. ඒතර මේ තුන් දෙනාම සමානයි කියන්න පුළුවන්. It means H1 is at least one mean is different from the other. At least one means අඩුම තරමේ එක mean value එකක් හරි අනිත් අයගේ වෙනස් නම් ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට ඔක්කොම සමාන නැහැ කියන එකනේ. Okay, then these are the structure H naught and H1 under the ANOVA test. Then assume we have 4 groups. Then H naught is mu1 equal, mu2 equal, mu3 equal, mu4. Understood? Then what's the H1? At least one mean is different from the other. It's clear why here only one objective is there. Here only we can check the mean comparison. Now clear? Okay. Then after that we need to find out the test statistic. Here we refer the ANOVA table. This is the structure of the ANOVA table. Okay, then here in the ANOVA test we use 2 sources within groups and between groups. මම කියවනේ මුලින්ම sources දෙකක් තියෙනවා කියලා. Then first you need to mention what is the source of variation. Understood? Then first we write down between groups. Secondly we write down the within groups. Between groups. Within groups. Then here you need to find out the sum of square value. Okay. Then in the exam I will give that sum of square value. No need to calculate it. Okay. Then here we use the lengthy process to get the sum of squares. Okay. Manually calculate කරන ලොකු process එකක් දෙන. ඒකට A values එක I will give. Okay. Then we require DFL. It means degree of freedom. Okay. Then here we use at least 3 groups, no? 3 or more groups. We assume we select 3 samples. Each sample consists 5 observations. We have copy groups to gata sample tuna. Ke hamma sample එක ඇතුළේම පහ පහ තියෙනවා. It's clear? Okay. Then here we move into the between groups. groups අතර තියෙන DF value එක. Here we use K minus 1. Then we have 3 groups. What's the degree of freedom? 3 minus 1. Between groups, okay, then source of variation is between groups. We need to identify how many groups are there. Groups අතරේ මොනවා හරි දෙයක් බලනවා නම් අපිට දැනගන්න ඕනේ groups කීයක් තියෙනවද කියන එක විතරයි නේද? Here we take how many groups are there. Understood? Then K means what? How many groups are there? K minus 1. It means 3 minus 1. Understood? Okay. The second one is within groups. Within groups. Okay, then here we use 3 groups. Each group consists 5 observations. Then here how we calculate the DF value. Here we need how many groups are there and how many observations in each group. එහෙනම් අපිට ඕනේ groups කීයක් තියෙනවද? එක group එකක් ඇතුලේ කොච්චරක් තියෙනවද? Why within groups? Then here we use K into N minus. K means now you know. What is the K? How many groups are there? Simple N means how many observations in each group. According to our example, K is how much? K is 3. Why we use 3 groups? Each group consists 5. N equal 5 minus. Here 3 minus 2. Understood? Then here degree of freedom is 2. Here 12. Understood? Now we need mean sum of square. Normally mean means average value. This value we take this sum of square divided by degree of freedom. You can get mean sum of square. Understood? මෙතන sum එක තියෙනවා මෙතන degree of freedom එක තියෙනවා මෙයාගේ බෙදුව ගමන් එන්නේ මොකද්ද? mean. Understood? Then within groups take the sum of square divided by degree of freedom, then you can get the mean sum of square. It's clear? Then you can easily calculate the test statistic. How we take? Mean sum of squares between groups divided by mean sum of squares within groups. Groups අතර තියෙන mean sum of square එක බෙදනවා. Groups තුල තියෙන mean sum of square. Understood? Then you can take F value. F is the test statistic. Understood? Okay, you fill out the table fully. Then you can get the directly what is the F value. Good night. මේ table එක හරියට fill out කරගෙන ගියොත් answer එක තමයි test statistic එක වෙන්නේ. It's clear? Then next step is calculate the critical validity. Okay? Then here critical value we taken from the F table. Okay? Then in the hypothesis testing, we required only level of significance to get the critical value. අපිට alpha විතරයි නේද ඕනේ critical value එක ගන්න. Here we need 3 things. ඒකට 3 දෙනෙක් ඕන. Here we need what is the alpha value. Okay? Next we need what is the K minus 1 value. Third one is what is the K into N minus. We require alpha value and the 2 degree of freedom value. Understood? Then we assume level of significance is 5%. Then previous example, K minus 1 is 2. Okay? K into N minus 1, 12. Then using this one, we can find out the critical value. Then take the set table. හැමෝම ගන්න the set table. So run the F table. Then normally F table is different from the level of significance. Then here I uploaded the F table at 5% level of significance. බලන්න topic එක. F table 5% level of significance. ඔය දීලා තියෙන්නේ level of significance එක 5යි නම් F table. Understood? Then we need to refer 1% level of significance F table. There is a separate table is there. Understood? ඉතින් 1% නම් තියෙන්නේ ඒකට අදාළ table එක තමයි refer කරන්නේ. In the exam, I will give the correct table. Okay? Then here, V1 and V2 values are there. බලන්නකෝ V1, V2. Okay, first row V1, first column V2. Okay, then here, V1 means this side we need to find out K minus 1. V1 කියන්නේ K minus 1 value. V2 means K into N minus 1. Understood? Then according to our example, what is the K minus 1? 2 නේ. Then here we select 2. K into N minus 1, 12. Then we can take the critical value. What is the critical value? 3.89. Understood? It's clear? Then here, this is the way we can find the critical value. Okay? Then using the ANOVA table, we can find out the F statistic value. Previously we calculate F statistic. මම table එක fill කරගෙන F value එක එනවා කියලා. Then that value is greater than the 3.89. It means critical value, we reject the H naught. You need to memorize this decision too. Okay, then calculated F statistic. It means table value is greater than to this critical value. We reject the H naught at 5% level of significance. Understood? මෙහෙම අපි F table එකේ හොයාගන්න critical value එකට වඩා අපි අර calculate කරපු value එක වැඩි නම් H naught මොකද වෙන්නේ? Reject වෙනවා. Understood? Then in here, if the H naught is rejected, it means what? There is a significant difference. එකට අනුව H naught reject වුණා කියන්නේ මේකේ groups වල mean values අතර difference එකක් තියෙනවා කියන්නේ. Understood? Okay, then here our calculated F value is less than to the critical value. We cannot reject the H naught. Critical value එකට වඩා අපි calculate කරපු value එක අඩුයි නම් reject වෙන්නේ නැහැ. It means all the mean values are same. Okay, it means no any significant differences. Understood? Okay. Then here, we moving to one by one. First, read this question. The question is going to read කරන්න. It's the structure of the question. ප්‍රධානම වන්තිසි. And what is the grammar මේ විදිහට තමයි question එකේ එන්නේ. First read the scenario. This question says what? They tell me here how many groups are there? 3 groups. Then here no any groups. Then they use the 3 techniques. Techniques තුනක් නේද? Okay, then here they use medication, exercise, and the special diet. These are the three groups in this scenario. මේ scenario එකට අනුව three groups කියන්නේ. ඒ techniques two. It's clear? Special diet are randomly assigned to lower the blood pressure. After 4 weeks, the reduction in each person's blood pressure is recorded. Test 5% level whether there is a significant difference in mean reduction of blood pressure among the three techniques. දැන් අපි හොයන්න ඕනේ ඔය 3 techniques වල ගත්තාම ඒ techniques අතර average value එක අතර difference එකක් තියෙනවද කියලා. Understood? Okay, then here this table shows what are the blood pressures. Okay, then another 3 techniques. මේ techniques තුනම use. First technique medication, then these are the blood pressure. Then the exercise. Okay, then here we mentioned the 4 weeks, the reduction in each person's blood pressure. Each technique, how many persons are there? එක technique එකේ අතට කී දෙනෙක් ගානේ අරගෙන තියෙනවද? 5. Then here 3 groups, in each group consists 5. Understood? It means K value equal to, what's the K value in here? K value 3. What is the N value? 5. Now clear? Then first step you need to mention what is the hypothesis. This is the structure of the question. Okay? Then I will give the table and I will fill the sum of squares. Okay? Then here first you write down the hypothesis. Then here how many groups are there? 3. It means how many mu values are there? 3. Groups 2 9 now mu values are 2. Then here you need to write down H naught mu1 equal mu2 equal mu3. Why? Only 3 values are there. Understood? Then H1. How we write? At least one mean is different from the other techniques. Here we use the techniques. Easy? Here you can easily write down H naught and the H1. Same objective is. Okay? Then you need to mention what is the level of significance. What is the level of significance in here? Question says 5%. Here you write down level of significance equal 5%. Okay? Then the third step, you need to find out the test statistic value. Here you need to fill out this table. Then තමයි ඔයාලා මේ table එක fill out කරන්න ඕනේ F value එක හොයන්න. Then first you need to find out what? DF value. Then here, what is the DF value in the between groups? Between groups, K minus 1. Okay, then here we can say K minus 1. It means 3 groups are there minus. What is the DF value? Understood? Within groups, K into N minus 1. Okay? K means 3 groups are there. Each group consists 5. It means what is the value? 12. Understood? Then mean sum of square. How we get the mean sum of square? Sum of square divided by degree of freedom. Understood? Then here, sum of square 160.14. Okay, this value you need to divide it by 2. Why degree of freedom is 2. A value by 2, degree of freedom again. Then answer is 80.07. Okay, then here 104.8 divided by 12. What is the answer? 8.7. Okay, then what is the F value? How we get the F value? 80.07 divided by 8.76. Okay, then mean sum of square between groups divided by mean sum of squares within groups. Then you can get the F value. It's clear? We will define point. Right. Answers are wrong. The next step is what? Question asks what? Find the critical value. Then here how we find the critical value? How we find the critical value? If 5%. Okay. Then here 2 is the degree of freedom. Here 12. Then tell me what is the critical value in here? 5%, 2 and 12. Okay, then based on the level of significance, we select the table. Then find out 2 and 12. Table again, here the critical value. Critical value is 3.8. Okay. Then here, tell me what is the decision? H naught is rejected or not rejected? Here critical value is 3.89. Our calculated value is 9.17. H naught is rejected. Why? Our calculated value is greater than the critical value. Why? Critical value is 3.8. Calculated value 9.171. It's greater than to the critical value. Okay, then write down the decision. Under the decision you mentioned, okay? Critical value. Is that to the head statistic. The statistic එක වැඩි කියන එක පෙන්න. Therefore, we reject H naught. The statistic is greater than the critical value. Then we reject H naught at 5% level of significance. Then here, H naught is rejected. Now H naught is rejected. Then which one we can accept? H1. H1 means there is a significant difference. Understood? Then this one we can take on from the question. You can write the conclusion using the question. Okay? Then here you need to check what there is a significant difference in mean reduction of blood pressure among the three techniques. This is our claim. Claim is that one. Make a name of the claim. This is the claim. Now you can accept this claim. Okay? Then how we write the conclusion? We have enough evidence to conclude that there is significant difference in mean reduction of blood pressure among the three techniques. And now let's try to get the conclusion from the scenario. Then easy, no? Okay, then here H naught is rejected. It means all the mean values are equal is rejected. Then it means there is a difference. Understood? Then we can say we have enough evidence to conclude that there is significant difference in mean reduction of blood pressure among the three techniques. Among the three techniques at 5% level of significance. If you are finished, then try last question here, question number 3. Third question. Question number 3. Then here three groups are there. No? H naught is mu1 equal, mu2 equal, mu3. H1 at least one mean is different from the other. Then here next one is till the ANOVA table. What is the value in here? 3 minus 1 equal 2. Okay. Then other one is 3 into 6 minus 1 equal 15. Then mean sum of square here 42. Here 68 divided by 15, 4.53. Okay. Then 42 divided by 453, 9.27. Okay. Then what is the critical value in here? F 5%, 2 and the 15. Critical value is alpha and the DF 2 DFX. 2 and the 15. What is the 2 and the 15 critical value? 3.68. B1 2, B2 50, 2 and the 50. Okay. Then what is the decision? The statistic is greater than to the critical value. We reject the H naught at 5% level of significance. But the conclusion? Here we have enough evidence to conclude that there is a significant difference between these three groups. Okay? Then you can easily get the 20 marks for this question. Then you need, according to the scenario, you need to identify how many groups are there. In each group, how many observations are there on? Understood? Okay. Now clear? No? Then in the exam, it's a 2.5 hour paper, not the 3 hour paper. My paper is the 2.5 hour paper. It is 2 hours and 30 minutes. You need to write down any 5 questions. The paper consists 6 questions. Okay. First question is from the first lesson to summary measures. It means overview of statistics, types of variables, presentation of quantitative and the qualitative data, and the summary measures. Okay, then up to the summary measures, question number 1. Okay, then most of the questions regarding the theory questions. Question number 1. Okay. Then question number 2 is from the probability lesson. Question number 3, normal distribution. Question number 4, correlation and the regression. 5th question is from the hypothesis. 6th one is the ANOVA. Okay, then formula sheet and there is a table, F table. All the references are attached to your paper. Okay, then I will upload the formula sheet to the LMS before the exam. It means I will upload formula sheet and the short note for the business statistics subject into the LMS on Monday. Sure. Monday when the make another short note formula sheet upload karana, then you go through the short notes, okay? Then I think it's helpful to study full syllabus. Okay? Only 12 pages are there, you can go through it. If you have any doubts regarding my subject, you will send the email to me. Okay? Email